The power of the 5-hour rule, written and published by Books Reader. Imagine dedicating just 1 hour a day, 5 hours a week, to focused learning. Not only could this shift the way you think, but it could transform the way you live. This isn't just a theory, it's the secret behind some of the most successful individuals in the world. It's called the 5-hour rule. What if I told you that the real difference between you and figures like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, and Warren Buffett isn't just hard work but a commitment to intentional learning? Success doesn't happen by chance, it is built through deliberate habits. At the core of these habits lies the 5-hour rule, a simple yet powerful framework for continuous growth. This audiobook is designed to guide you through the 3 fundamental pillars of this rule: reading, reflection, and experimentation. You'll learn how to structure your week, make learning a priority, and cultivate a mindset of constant self-improvement. This isn't about adding more to your already busy schedule, it's about making a strategic investment in yourself. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or someone striving for personal growth, the 5-hour rule can help you unlock your full potential. In the coming chapters, you'll discover not just why this method is so effective, but also how to integrate it into your daily life. Join me on this journey of lifelong learning. Let's make every hour count. Chapter 1: The Origins of the 5-hour rule. The 5-hour rule may seem like a modern concept, but its roots trace back to one of America's founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. Known for his relentless dedication to self-improvement, Franklin understood that continuous learning was the key to mastering new skills and achieving success. Franklin thrived on structure and routine. He carefully organized his daily schedule, ensuring a balance between work, social interactions, and, most importantly, deliberate learning. Every day, he set aside at least 1 hour for focused study. His approach was simple but highly effective: reading, reflecting on experiences, and experimenting with new ideas. This became the foundation of what we now call the 5-hour rule. In his autobiography, Franklin detailed his daily schedule, which included time for what he referred to as prosecuting the present study, in other words, dedicated learning. Whether he was studying languages, reading literature, or conducting scientific experiments, Franklin ensured that education was a daily priority. His commitment to lifelong learning played a crucial role in his success as an inventor, diplomat, and philosopher. Beyond his personal studies, Franklin recognized the value of learning from others. He established a group called the Junto, a mastermind circle where individuals gathered to discuss ideas, debate current events, and exchange knowledge. These meetings weren't just intellectual exercises, they were a space for applying insights in real-world situations. Franklin's method combined reading, reflection, and experimentation, making it an exceptionally effective learning strategy. What makes the 5-hour rule so accessible is its simplicity. Anyone can implement it, regardless of their background or profession. It doesn't require drastic lifestyle changes or a complete overhaul of your schedule. Instead, it calls for just 5 hours a week devoted to focused learning. The true power of this method lies in its cumulative effect. Small, consistent efforts compound over time, much like interest on an investment. The more hours you dedicate to deliberate learning, the greater your long-term success. This is why some of the most accomplished individuals, from Franklin to modern-day entrepreneurs, have embraced this principle. By incorporating the 5-hour rule into our lives, we can harness the same strategies that have propelled great minds throughout history. With a commitment to reading, reflecting, and experimenting, we too can unlock our highest potential. Chapter 2: The Importance of Time Management. Time is our most valuable resource, and how we manage it determines our success. High achievers, from CEOs to entrepreneurs, understand that time is limited and must be used intentionally. The 5-hour rule is built on this principle. Dedicating just a small portion of your week to learning can lead to significant long-term growth. However, the challenge isn't just finding time, it's using it wisely. One of the most common excuses people make is, "I don't have time to learn." In today's fast-paced world, being busy is often seen as a badge of honor. Many people have overflowing inboxes, endless to-do lists, and packed schedules. But is being busy the same as being productive? Let's look at the habits of some of the world's most successful individuals. Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year. Warren Buffett spends 5 to 6 hours a day reading. Elon Musk attributes much of his knowledge of rocket science to self-learning. These individuals have demanding schedules, yet they prioritize deliberate learning. The key? Time management. They recognize that learning is an investment, one that delivers massive returns over time. Many people mistakenly believe that multitasking is the best way to maximize productivity. In reality, research has shown that multitasking actually reduces efficiency and cognitive performance. The human brain isn't designed to focus on multiple complex tasks at once. When you divide your attention, each task suffers, and deep learning becomes nearly impossible. To truly benefit from the 5-hour rule, you must carve out uninterrupted time for learning. Whether it's reading, reflecting, or experimenting, dedicated focus is essential. One effective strategy is time blocking, a method where you divide your day into specific time slots, each dedicated to a single task. Instead of constantly switching between activities, you allocate focused periods for different priorities. This ensures that learning remains a consistent part of your schedule. By managing your time wisely and committing to deliberate learning, you set yourself apart from those who simply react to daily demands. The 5-hour rule isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Time blocking can be especially useful for applying the 5-hour rule. By scheduling an hour of learning into your daily routine, you create a non-negotiable space for self-improvement. Whether it's early in the morning, during lunch, or in the evening, having a dedicated time block for learning ensures that it becomes a habit. Successful people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates are known to use time blocking techniques to make the most out of their busy schedules. For instance, Musk is famous for scheduling his day in 5-minute increments, ensuring that every part of his day is optimized for productivity. Similarly, Gates uses time blocking to dedicate hours each day to reading and learning. The beauty of the 5-hour rule is that it doesn't require massive changes to your schedule. By setting aside just 5 hours a week, essentially 1 hour per weekday, you can reap long-term benefits. Over time, these small investments compound, leading to significant personal and professional growth. Imagine the cumulative impact of reading one book a week, reflecting on key takeaways, and experimenting with new ideas. By the end of the year, you could have read 50 books, refined your thinking, and developed new skills through experimentation. This is why time management is so crucial when applying the 5-hour rule. It's not about doing more in the short term, but about laying the foundation for long-term success. Time management is the cornerstone of the 5-hour rule. Successful people understand that it's not about having more time, it's about making time for what matters. The key is to prioritize learning, avoid the myth of multitasking, and use focused time blocks to make deliberate learning a consistent part of your routine. By doing so, you can turn small daily investments into big gains over time. Chapter 3, the first pillar, reading. Reading is one of the most fundamental habits shared by successful people. It's not just about gathering information, but about absorbing new ideas, gaining different perspectives, and stimulating intellectual growth. The first pillar of the 5-hour rule revolves around the idea that reading, when done consistently, is a powerful tool for personal and professional development. There's a common thread among some of the world's most successful individuals. They are voracious readers. Bill Gates reads around 50 books a year. Warren Buffett is known to spend 5 to 6 hours per day reading. Mark Zuckerberg launched a public reading challenge in 2015, committing to read at least one book every 2 weeks. What's the secret behind their reading habits? Reading opens the door to a world of knowledge. It provides access to the wisdom of others, allowing you to learn from their experiences, successes, and failures. It's often said that leaders are readers because successful people understand that continuous learning is necessary to stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Reading helps expand your mind, enhances creativity, and boosts problem-solving skills. The most successful people don't limit themselves to one type of reading. Instead, they draw from a variety of sources, everything from fiction and non-fiction to biographies, self-help books, and industry-specific materials. Each type of reading has its own benefits. 1. Non-fiction. Books on business, psychology, history, and science offer factual knowledge and insights into specific topics. 2. Fiction. While often underestimated, reading fiction has been shown to improve empathy, emotional intelligence, and creativity. It helps you understand diverse perspectives and think in imaginative ways. 3. Biographies. Learning about the lives of others, especially successful people, offers a window into their thinking patterns, decision-making processes, and how they overcame obstacles. 4. Industry-specific material. Staying updated on the latest trends and innovations in your field is essential for maintaining a competitive edge. Reading reports, case studies, and technical articles can offer new insights into how to solve challenges in your own career. By diversifying what you read, you expose yourself to a wide array of ideas and viewpoints, which in turn fuels your intellectual growth and problem-solving abilities. The key to making reading part of your daily routine is to treat it like any other non-negotiable task. Much like you schedule meetings, work assignments, or exercise, reading needs to be scheduled into your day. Successful individuals often dedicate specific times for reading. Bill Gates, for example, spends time reading during his morning routine and before bed. Here are some practical strategies to help you develop a regular reading habit. 1. Start small. You don't need to commit to reading a book a week right away. Begin with 10 to 15 minutes of reading per day and gradually increase your time. 2. Set a reading goal. Whether it's reading a certain number of books per year or tackling one chapter a day, setting a specific goal will give you something to work toward. 3. Always have a book on hand. Carry a book or e-reader with you wherever you go. Whether you're waiting for an appointment or commuting, these small pockets of time can add up. 4. Use audiobooks. For those who have a busy schedule, audiobooks can be a great way to absorb information during downtime, such as while driving or working out. 5. Join a reading group or challenge. Being part of a group that discusses books can keep you motivated to stay on track with your reading. Public reading challenges, like the one initiated by Zuckerberg, can also serve as a source of motivation. Reading is more than just consuming information. It's about applying what you've learned. Warren Buffett often mentions that reading helps him stay informed about the economy, business trends, and opportunities, allowing him to make better investment decisions. The same principle applies to personal development. Reading helps you identify areas of improvement and strategies you can implement in your own life. The best readers are also active learners. They take notes, highlight key points, and reflect on what they've learned. This practice of active reading ensures that the knowledge gained is retained and applied in meaningful ways. It's not about how much you read, but how well you integrate the lessons from the material into your thinking and daily actions. The first pillar of the 5-hour rule, reading, is foundational to lifelong learning and success. Successful people dedicate time to reading because they know it's one of the most effective ways to acquire knowledge, spark new ideas, and develop the skills necessary to thrive in an ever-changing world. By incorporating a regular reading habit into your routine, you can unlock the same benefits and set yourself on the path to continuous improvement. Chapter 4, the second pillar, reflection. Reflection is the second pillar of the 5-hour rule, and it plays a crucial role in turning knowledge into wisdom. While reading helps you gather new information, reflection allows you to process and internalize that information. By reflecting on what you've learned, you gain deeper insights, identify areas for improvement, and ensure that learning is not just theoretical, but practical. Reflection is the practice of deliberately thinking about your experiences, actions, and the information you've consumed. This could mean reviewing the key points from a book, thinking about how a particular lesson applies to your life, or analyzing the successes and failures you've experienced recently. It's a vital step in the learning process because it helps you transform raw information into actionable insights. Many successful individuals have integrated reflection into their daily or weekly routines. For example, Ray Dalio, the founder of Bridgewater Associates, attributes much of his success to his habit of reflecting on his decisions, both good and bad. By doing so, he has been able to continuously refine his decision-making process over the years. Similarly, Bill Gates is known to take think weeks, where he isolates himself from his day-to-day responsibilities and reflects deeply on the trends, opportunities, and challenges ahead. These reflective periods allow him to see the big picture and make strategic decisions that have long-term benefits. Reflection doesn't have to be complicated, but it does require intention. Here are some simple ways to build a reflection habit into your routine. 1. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts is one of the most effective ways to reflect. It helps you articulate your ideas, identify patterns, and track your progress over time. You can write about what you've learned, your recent experiences, or decisions you've made. Over time, you'll gain clarity on what's working and what needs to change. 2. Ask reflective questions. One of the best ways to prompt reflection is by asking yourself powerful questions, such as, what did I learn from this experience? What could I have done differently? How can I apply this lesson to my current situation? What are my biggest wins and challenges this week? 3. By answering these questions regularly, you develop a habit of self-awareness and continuous improvement. 4. Meditation and mindfulness. Another effective way to reflect is through meditation or mindfulness practices. Taking a few moments of quiet reflection allows you to clear your mind and focus on important ideas or experiences. This can be particularly useful for reflecting on complex problems or emotionally charged situations, as it creates mental space for insight to emerge. 5. Discuss with others. Sometimes, discussing your thoughts with a trusted friend, mentor, or colleague can help you see things from a different perspective. Talking through your reflections allows you to clarify your thinking and gain new insights. Reflecting on what you've learned and experienced is essential for growth. For example, consider a project that didn't go as planned. Without reflection, you might move on without understanding why things went wrong. However, if you take time to reflect on the mistakes and lessons learned, you're more likely to avoid repeating the same errors in the future. Many successful companies encourage their teams to reflect regularly. For instance, Google uses post-mortem meetings to reflect on both successful and failed projects. These meetings help the team identify what worked, what didn't, and how they can improve their processes moving forward. Reflection is also key in personal development. Olympic athletes, for instance, review their performance after every race, identifying areas of strength and weakness. By doing so, they can make small adjustments to their training that ultimately lead to better results. Reflection can be uncomfortable because it often requires facing mistakes, failures, or unproductive habits. It's easier to keep moving forward without looking back. However, ignoring these lessons can lead to repeating the same mistakes. That's why reflection, though difficult, is one of the most valuable tools for personal growth. Another challenge is finding the time to reflect. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to fill every spare moment with tasks, distractions, or entertainment. However, successful people make time for reflection because they know that without it, they're likely to miss out on important insights. Reflection is an essential part of the 5-hour rule because it turns knowledge into actionable wisdom. By taking the time to think about what you've learned, how you've applied it, and what could be improved, you set yourself up for continuous growth. Whether through journaling, asking reflective questions, meditation, or discussions with others, building a regular reflection habit can help you achieve greater success in all areas of life. Chapter 5, the third pillar, experimentation. Experimentation is the third and final pillar of the 5-hour rule, and it is the most practical step of the learning process. While reading and reflecting provide knowledge and insights, experimentation is about applying that knowledge in real-life situations. Experimentation allows you to test new ideas, learn from your mistakes, and ultimately drive innovation and growth. Experimentation is what separates those who merely learn from those who create. The greatest innovators in history, people like Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, and Elon Musk, were not just thinkers, they were experimenters. They applied their ideas in the real world, tested them, and learned from the results. This process of trial and error is crucial because it allows you to take risks, fail, and refine your approach until you achieve success. Edison famously conducted thousands of experiments before inventing the light bulb. Each failure brought him one step closer to success. He believed that every failed experiment was not a waste, but an opportunity to learn something new. His story underscores the importance of persistence in experimentation. Similarly, Elon Musk, one of today's most prolific innovators, emphasizes experimentation in his approach to technology and business. Whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or SolarCity, Musk is constantly pushing boundaries through experimentation by taking calculated risks and continuously testing new ideas. Musk has revolutionized industries ranging from electric vehicles to space travel. Experimentation doesn't have to be risky or costly. You can start small and gradually scale up as you gain more confidence. Here are a few practical ways to bring experimentation into your life. 1. Test new ideas at work. Whether you're in a leadership role or an individual contributor, you can experiment with new strategies, techniques, or tools in your job. This could be as simple as trying a new approach to problem solving, using a new technology, or testing out different ways to communicate with your team. 2. Set up small experiments. Start by setting up small, low-risk experiments that allow you to test a new skill or idea without a significant downside. For example, if you're learning a new marketing strategy, run a small campaign with a limited budget to see how it performs before committing to a larger-scale effort. 3. Track your results. For experimentation to be effective, it's important to measure the results. Keep track of what works and what doesn't, and use that data to refine your approach. By analyzing the outcomes of your experiments, you can identify patterns and gain valuable insights. 4. Learn from failure. One of the biggest barriers to experimentation is the fear of failure. However, failure is an integral part of the learning process. Instead of viewing failure as a setback, embrace it as an opportunity to learn, reflect on what went wrong, adjust your approach, and try again. Remember, many of the world's greatest achievements were born out of failure. The most groundbreaking innovations come from experimentation. By stepping out of your comfort zone and testing new ideas, you open the door to possibilities that wouldn't exist if you stuck to the status quo. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was known for his relentless focus on innovation through experimentation. His approach to product development involved constantly testing new designs, features, and user experiences until they reached the level of excellence he demanded. This iterative process of experimentation led to iconic products like the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, devices that transformed industries and changed the way we live and work. Another example is Google, a company that thrives on experimentation. Google's 20% time policy allows employees to spend 20 of their work hours experimenting on side projects. This culture of experimentation has led to some of Google's most successful innovations, including Gmail, Google News, and AdSense. The beauty of experimentation is that it creates a feedback loop that drives continuous improvement. After each experiment, reflect on the results as discussed in Chapter 4, and use that reflection to adjust your next experiment. This cycle of experimentation, reflection, and adjustment is the foundation of progress and growth. In the world of technology, this feedback loop is often referred to as the build, measure, learn cycle. It's a key concept in the lean startup methodology, which encourages entrepreneurs to quickly build a prototype, experiment, measure the results, and learn from the feedback before making adjustments. This approach minimizes risk while maximizing learning and innovation. Experimentation is the practical application of learning. It allows you to test new ideas, learn from your failures, and continuously improve. By incorporating small experiments into your daily routine, you create opportunities for growth and innovation. Whether it's testing new ideas at work, running small-scale experiments, or learning from failure, experimentation is a crucial component of the 5-hour rule and an essential ingredient in the recipe for success. Chapter 6: Creating Your Own 5-Hour Rule Routine. Now that we've covered the 3 pillars of the 5-hour rule: reflection and experimentation, it's time to turn these concepts into actionable steps. Creating a consistent routine that incorporates deliberate learning is the key to unlocking the full potential of the 5-hour rule. This chapter focuses on how to structure your week to ensure you dedicate 5 hours to learning, along with practical tips for staying motivated and maintaining this habit over the long term. Success isn't achieved overnight. It's the result of consistent effort applied over time. The 5-hour rule isn't just a one-time strategy, it's a lifelong habit. By integrating this rule into your weekly routine, you set yourself up for continuous growth, improvement, and success. A structured routine helps minimize decision fatigue, as you won't have to constantly decide when and how to incorporate learning into your day. Instead, learning becomes a natural part of your schedule, much like brushing your teeth or exercising. The power of routine lies in its ability to turn deliberate learning into a daily habit, leading to long-term results. Step 1. Time blocking for learning. One of the most effective ways to implement the 5-hour rule is through time blocking. Time blocking involves setting aside specific chunks of time in your schedule for focused tasks, such as reading, reflecting, and experimenting. By reserving time for learning, you ensure it doesn't get crowded out by other tasks. Here's how you can apply time blocking to the 5-hour rule: daily commitment. Aim to set aside 1 hour each weekday for deliberate learning. If 1 hour a day feels like too much at first, start smaller and work your way up. Ideal times. Schedule your learning time during moments when your energy levels are high and distractions are low. For example, early mornings or late evenings might be ideal for focused reading or reflection. Use a calendar. Whether you prefer a digital calendar or a paper planner, block out learning time on your schedule the same way you would for meetings or appointments. Treat this time as sacred and non-negotiable. Step 2. Balancing the 3 pillars. The 5-hour rule is built on a balance of reading, reflection, and experimentation. It's important to ensure you're dedicating time to all 3 activities rather than focusing exclusively on one. Here's how to allocate your time effectively. 1. Reading 2 to 3 hours a week. Spend 2 to 3 hours a week on reading books, articles, or papers that are relevant to your goals and interests. Choose a mix of material, including non-fiction, biographies, and fiction to ensure a well-rounded approach to learning. 2. Reflection, 1 to 2 hours a week. Dedicate at least 1 hour to reflection each week. You can do this by journaling, meditating, or reviewing your notes from the week's reading. This will help you internalize the lessons you've learned and identify opportunities for growth. 3. Experimentation, 1 to 2 hours a week. Spend time experimenting with the new ideas or skills you've learned. Whether it's testing a new work strategy, learning a new skill, or applying a concept in a personal project, experimentation is where the true growth happens. By dividing your 5 hours among these 3 pillars, you'll create a balanced learning routine that covers all aspects of self-improvement. Step 3. Tracking your progress. One of the keys to staying motivated is tracking your progress over time. Keeping a record of what you've read, the insights you've gained from reflection, and the experiments you've conducted will help you stay accountable and measure your growth. Here are a few ways to track your progress. Reading log. Keep a list of the books, articles, and papers you've read along with any key takeaways or lessons. Journal. Use a journal to write down your reflections, track experiments, and note any changes or improvements you've observed. Feedback loop. Regularly review your journal entries and learning log to identify patterns, successes, and areas where you need to adjust your approach. Step 4. Staying motivated and consistent. Consistency is the secret to making the 5-hour rule work. Here are a few strategies for maintaining your motivation and sticking to your learning routine over the long term. 1. Set learning goals. Having clear learning goals will give you direction and purpose. Whether it's reading a certain number of books per year, learning a new skill, or applying a specific concept at work, setting goals helps keep you focused. 2. Find a learning community. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who are committed to learning can keep you motivated. Join a reading group, participate in online forums, or form a mastermind group where you can share insights and discuss ideas. 3. Celebrate small wins. Progress may feel slow at times, but celebrating small wins can help keep you motivated. Every book you finish, every new skill you learn, and every successful experiment is a step toward your larger goals. 4. Adjust when necessary. Life is unpredictable, and there will be times when sticking to the 5-hour rule feels challenging. Don't be afraid to adjust your routine when necessary. What's important is that you remain committed to deliberate learning, even if you need to temporarily reduce your time commitment. Creating your own 5-hour rule routine is the key to unlocking the benefits of deliberate learning. By scheduling time for reading, reflection, and experimentation, and tracking your progress, you can make learning a consistent part of your life. Stay motivated by setting clear goals, joining a learning community, and celebrating your achievements. Over time, this routine will become second nature, leading to continuous personal and professional growth. Chapter 7: The Long-Term Benefits of the 5-Hour Rule. Now that you've learned how to create a routine based on the 5-hour rule, it's time to explore why this investment in yourself pays off in the long run. Continuous learning doesn't yield immediate results, but over time, the compounding effect of deliberate practice, reflection, and experimentation becomes clear. In this chapter, we'll look at the long-term benefits of adopting the 5-hour rule and how it can transform your personal and professional life. Just like financial investments, the time you spend learning compounds over time. Every hour you invest in reading, reflecting, and experimenting adds up, leading to exponential growth. The concept of compounding, commonly associated with finance, applies equally to knowledge and skills. As you accumulate more knowledge, you build on previous learning, allowing you to understand complex concepts and solve difficult problems with greater ease. Successful people understand this principle. For example, Warren Buffett often compares knowledge to compound interest. Each piece of information you learn builds on the previous one, creating a snowball effect that accelerates your growth. This is why Buffett dedicates a significant portion of his day to reading and learning. He knows that the long-term returns on this investment far outweigh the short-term sacrifices. One of the most profound long-term benefits of the 5-hour rule is the deep sense of personal growth and self-awareness it fosters. By dedicating time to reflect on your experiences, you develop a heightened awareness of your strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. Reflection allows you to understand your behavior patterns and make intentional changes that lead to personal fulfillment. When you regularly engage in deliberate learning and experimentation, you also become more adaptable. You're better equipped to handle challenges, embrace new opportunities, and navigate changes in your personal and professional life. This adaptability is a key trait of successful individuals as it allows them to thrive in uncertain and fast-paced environments. The 5-hour rule has direct applications in the workplace. In today's rapidly changing job market, continuous learning is essential for staying competitive. As industries evolve and new technologies emerge, the ability to learn quickly and adapt is one of the most valuable skills you can possess. Many top CEOs and entrepreneurs, including Elon Musk, attribute their success to a commitment to lifelong learning. Musk famously taught himself rocket science by reading books and experimenting, skills that ultimately led to the founding of SpaceX. This level of self-directed learning can be applied to any industry. By continuously expanding your knowledge and experimenting with new ideas, you position yourself as an invaluable asset to any organization. Moreover, as you build expertise in your field through reading and experimentation, you become more innovative. Innovation doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of consistently testing new ideas and learning from failure. Companies like Google and Apple encourage their employees to engage in 20% time or side projects that allow for experimentation and innovation. This practice has led to some of their most successful products, such as Gmail and the iPhone. Another long-term benefit of the 5-hour rule is improved decision-making. The more you read and reflect, the more data points and perspectives you gather, allowing you to make better informed decisions. When you engage in deliberate learning, you're constantly exposing yourself to new ideas and information, which helps you avoid the pitfalls of narrow thinking. Leaders like Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, are known for making decisions based on a combination of intuition, reflection, and data. By dedicating time to learning and reflecting, you develop the ability to synthesize information and make sound decisions in both your personal and professional life. Creativity and innovation are not limited to the arts. They are essential for solving complex problems in any field. The more you engage in deliberate learning, the more you train your brain to think critically and creatively. Reading diverse materials, reflecting on your experiences, and experimenting with new ideas allow you to approach problems from different angles. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was known for drawing inspiration from a wide variety of disciplines, from calligraphy to music. His ability to synthesize ideas from different fields was key to Apple's innovative product designs. Similarly, by adopting the 5-hour rule, you can develop the creativity and problem-solving skills needed to succeed in today's competitive landscape. The most important long-term benefit of the 5-hour rule is the mindset it cultivates, a mindset of lifelong learning. Once you make deliberate learning a habit, it becomes part of your identity. You no longer see learning as a means to an end, but as an ongoing journey that enriches your life. A lifelong learning mindset fosters curiosity, resilience, and a willingness to embrace change. It keeps you engaged, motivated, and open to new possibilities even as you grow older. Whether you're advancing in your career, starting a new business, or pursuing a personal passion, the commitment to lifelong learning will serve you well in all aspects of your life. The long-term benefits of the 5-hour rule extend far beyond just acquiring knowledge. By consistently dedicating time to reading, reflection, and experimentation, you unlock personal growth, professional success, improved decision-making, enhanced creativity, and a lifelong love of learning. These benefits compound over time, creating a ripple effect that leads to greater fulfillment and achievement. The journey of continuous learning doesn't have a final destination. It's a process of constant growth and self-discovery. By adopting the 5-hour rule as part of your routine, you are making an investment in yourself that will pay off for years to come. Conclusion. The lifelong power of the 5-hour rule. The 5-hour rule is more than just a strategy for personal and professional growth. It is a commitment to lifelong learning. By consistently dedicating 5 hours each week to reading, reflecting, and experimenting, you invest in your personal development, sharpen your skills, and foster a mindset of continuous improvement. This practice is not just for entrepreneurs and business leaders. It is for anyone who seeks to unlock their potential and stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. The journey starts with reading, the foundation of all knowledge. By reading, you expose yourself to new ideas, diverse perspectives, and timeless wisdom from others who have walked similar paths. Whether you're reading fiction to boost creativity, non-fiction for factual insights, or biographies for inspiration, each piece of content contributes to your intellectual growth. Reflection is what turns knowledge into wisdom. Through reflection, you make sense of the information you consume and draw connections between your experiences and what you've learned. It's in these moments of deep thought that insights emerge, guiding your decisions and actions in meaningful ways. Experimentation is the key to applying what you've learned. Without practical application, learning remains theoretical. Experimentation allows you to test ideas, take risks, and embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. The most innovative people and companies thrive on experimentation, continuously refining their approaches through trial and error. The long-term impact of adopting the 5-hour rule cannot be overstated. Over time, the small investments in learning compound, leading to exponential personal and professional growth. You'll become more adaptable, creative, and resilient in the face of challenges. Your decision-making will improve as you gather new perspectives and insights, and you'll develop a mindset of lifelong learning that keeps you engaged and motivated. Ultimately, the 5-hour rule offers a blueprint for success that anyone can follow regardless of their profession or stage in life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, a professional, or simply someone looking to better themselves, the 5-hour rule will guide you toward continuous growth and fulfillment. The power of the 5-hour rule lies in its simplicity. Just 5 hours a week, 1 hour a day, Monday through Friday, can make a profound difference in your life. By committing to deliberate learning through reading, reflection, and experimentation, you can unlock your full potential and achieve greater success in all areas of life. Remember, lifelong learning is not a destination, but a journey. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more opportunities you'll discover. The 5-hour rule is your roadmap to this journey, a journey that will lead you to new heights, both personally and professionally. Final summary, a roadmap to lifelong learning. The 3 pillars. The 5-hour rule is based on 3 core practices: reading, reflection, and experimentation. Each of these pillars plays a crucial role in turning learning into action and driving continuous growth. The power of routine. By incorporating the 5-hour rule into your weekly schedule, you create a structured routine that ensures you consistently dedicate time to learning regardless of how busy life becomes. Long-term benefits. The compounding effect of consistent learning leads to enhanced creativity, better decision-making, improved adaptability, and long-term personal and professional growth. A mindset for success. Lifelong learning is a mindset that fosters curiosity, resilience, and a commitment to improvement. It is a trait shared by some of the most successful people in history, and it is accessible to anyone willing to adopt it.